Recall the last public place you were in. Was it at the gas station? Was it at the grocery store? Was it walking down the street? What did you see? Did you see a surveillance camera? We all need to go to a public place for one thing or another, whether it's for a necessity or for a pastime enjoyment. We are all watched in one way or another in everyday life, whether it's by a bystander, someone else's smartphone that you happen to get in the back of the picture of, or a surveillance camera. Surveillance cameras can benefit everyone. Surveillance cameras should be in high-profile public places. They should be used for public safety, and they can provide a sense of comfort to the public. First off, on to where surveillance cameras should be. Surveillance cameras should be in any high-profile public place. Cameras are a great way to keep an eye over an area without a guard, and it is a great source of evidence in case of any crimes. In a DC homicide, a detective asked to watch 36 hours of footage from a surrounding surveillance camera. Warnings and set rules should be made for surveillance cameras. The government should set rules so all are on the same page and can know their rights with surveillance cameras. Now that we know where surveillance cameras should be, let's go on to how they should be used. Surveillance cameras are useful for public safety. The cameras do not replace law enforcement, but they aid in solving crimes and any other case where there might not have been a bystander, or a way to have a straightforward type of evidence. In DC, it is reported that police rely more and more on the surveillance cameras to have a second opinion in a sense. Crime rates have dropped in certain areas with surveillance cameras. On the west side of Chicago, in Humboldt Park, Chicago, the crime rate reached a peak in this little area. There was a reported 500 crimes per month. The next month, when the surveillance cameras were put in place, the rates dropped by 20% just within the next month. Now that we know how the surveillance cameras should be used, let's talk about how they provide a sense of comfort. The security cameras provide a sense of comfort to the public. Security cameras are proactive in any sense of illegal activity, and they are preventative towards any future crime. In West Garfield Park in Chicago, which is located near Humboldt Park in Chicago, when the surveillance cameras were put up at the same time, Westfield Park did not do as well as the Humboldt Park because the people of that area did not believe the police officials were monitoring the cameras. So they unfortunately were not able to see a drop. But as long as the people know police officials are watching the cameras, they are more than likely to be effective. Citizens can feel protected with surveillance cameras. A week after the Boston Marathon bombing, the poll was taken by the Homeland Security. 78% of the people in the survey thought surveillance cameras were a good idea. Information came out after the bombing that surveillance cameras were able to catch the people who assisted in this disaster. Also, with personal experience, I can say seeing a surveillance camera in a public area, whether it's been in Chicago or just in a local smaller city, it has made me feel a little nervous in the sense that they need the surveillance cameras, but it also makes me feel good in the sense that if anything were to go wrong to me or to my car, wherever it was, or a family member, that if no one's there, at least someone or something is going to see it. Let's do a quick little review. Public surveillance cameras can benefit everyone. The surveillance cameras should be in high-profile public places. They should be used for public safety. And the surveillance cameras should provide a sense of comfort. Next time you are in a public area, are you going to look for the surveillance camera? What do you think you will see? How many do you think you'll see? Some of my sites for this speech, I used www.urban.org, www.homelandsecurity.newswire.com, which was a study taken from that website, www.newyorktimes.com, which I used an article and a poll, and www.washingtonontime.com.